Hello, and thank you for tuning in. I am Gina. I'm a registered homeopath here in Ontario and clinic director and owner here at Birch Health Studio. I am not in the studio today. I'm in my mother's dining room, so you can see her lovely kitchen behind us. It's actually quite stunning, where we host a lot of events, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so you are actually watching today to learn about the homeopathic flu kits that we have available for the 2019-2020 flu year. And today we're going to talk about what exactly is in your flu kit, what each remedy does, and how to take them. We will also talk about different remedies that you can use for things other than the influenza virus, okay? So to distinguish between influenza and flu, influenza is specifically a flu virus that makes you feel like you have chills, body aches, fever, sore throat, possibly congestion, headache, okay? Anything other than that is a different type of flu. So another really common thing that can happen is the stomach flu, which is typically rotavirus, and that can be like vomiting, diarrhea, all those lovely things. That is not influenza, okay? So just keep that in mind. So the flu kits may not work when you have those symptoms of vomiting, diarrhea. We will talk about other remedies that you can use in case you get a flu like that. First, we're going to talk about the flu kits. And I've disassembled mine in an attempt to make it easier when I realized that I probably should have kept it together, but that's okay. So this is how the flu kits look. They have a fun little label. This is last year's label. I haven't made this year's label, I promise you. You can't even see it, but your label for your flu kit will say 2019-2020, okay? So that comes with the label in an awesome bag. Instructions on exactly how to take your remedies. And of course, a business card because, and your remedies. Okay, so let's talk about the most important remedy in your flu kit, which is influenzainum. And influenzainum is a homeopathic preparation of this year's most common / prevalent flu strains for the 2019-2020 flu season. Okay, so this is how it looks. And with the influenzainum, all you really need to remember is to take 3 pellets every second Sunday from November to March. Okay, so November 1st, you wake up and you're like, gotta check. When's the second Sunday in March? Put it in your calendar, put it on your phone, put an alert, take your 3 pellets, okay? And to administer them to yourself, you're going to unscrew the lid, okay? Drop 3 pellets in. Oh, I got 4. If you get 4, don't worry. I'm gonna put extra in. It's really not a big problem. If you get 2 and you're really having a hard time getting that 3rd one in there in the lid, don't stress. It's fine. Just take them, okay? So then you're gonna pour them directly under the tongue. Alternatively, if you're finding it difficult to put the pellets in the lid, feel free to use a spoon or a little shot glass or a glass or something. That's fine. Just try to not touch them. Okay? So that's the most important thing. Now, if you wake up one morning and you feel like total crap, it can happen, even if you're taking your flu kit, your influenzainum, you're going to do the following things. You are going to take oscillococcinum 3 times a day, morning, noon, night, 3 pellets for 2 days. It's all in your instructions in here, okay? So, even if you're not feeling sick, if someone in your house feels sick, or someone in your workplace where you spend a lot of time feels sick, you can do this protocol, and you're concerned that you might get sick, or you're feeling like you might get sick. When you wake up like 2 days before a flu and you're like, I feel like I'm gonna get sick. You can also take this protocol at that time, okay? So oscillococcinum, 3 pellets, 3 times a day, morning, noon, night, for 2 days. You are also consecutively going to take thymolene. Thymolene is the coolest remedy. I would not recommend thymolene for children 10, 12, and younger because thymolene is a homeopathic remedy prepared from the thymus gland. And what it does is it initiates T lymphocytes to be released from the thymus gland, and T lymphocytes are actually a type of white blood cell. So therefore, triggers an immune response. So when you have people that are young, typically their immune systems are stronger, they're more virulent, and you want to allow for their immune systems to do what they do best, which is to get kids well. And also kids are allotted a lot more leniency when it comes to missing work or they don't go to work, missing school and other extracurricular things. Adults, we tend to push ourselves more. We tend to, I gotta go to work, I gotta meet this meeting, blah, blah, blah. So thymolene is handy for that. Thymolene, along with oscillococcinum, 3 pellets once a day for 5 days, okay? Also, gelsemium. I love gelsemium. That is the typical droopy, chilled, exhausted, that flu where you have like, oh my gosh, you have the body aches and your body is heavy, you can barely move and get out of bed. Moving is painful. Gelsemium, okay? You're going to take 3 pellets once daily for 10 days, okay? Now, that's exactly how to take your flu kit. It's really simple. It's really easy. Sorry, I just burped. That was really gross. I apologize. I hope you didn't hear it. It's better than my son farting in the last video. Yeah. He says, Mommy, the teacher doesn't get mad at me when I fart in class. I'm like, all right, have at it, Al. Okay, so what's important to remember as well, and it is also in the description of your influenzainum homeopathic flu season kit, is with any remedy and anytime you're using homeopathy, it's important to not touch the pellets directly with your hands. It's important to try to abstain from eating or drinking, especially coffee or brushing teeth, things that have a very intense flavor for a good 5 to 10 minutes, possibly 15 if you can, before and after taking your remedies. Okay? So, if you get the flu, which really sucks and is a totally normal thing to happen, some people view it as, this is great, it's like a reset, I'm detoxing all the crud out of my body, especially if you get the pukey, poopy flu. That's definitely like a good cleanse. If you get the pukey, poopy flu, there are a couple of remedies that I can recommend. The 2 most common that I find with the pukey, oh, I didn't bring Nux Vomica out. Okay, that's fine. We'll also talk about, okay, so scratch that. 3 great remedies to have on hand if you think you might get the pukey poopy flu or if you get it every bloody year. So keep these remedies on your nightstand or in your bathroom or wherever you keep your remedies or your natural supplements, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the first one that I'm going to talk about is Nux Vomica. Nux Vomica is a homeopathic remedy that is really well indicated for that pukey poopy flu that feels, in essence, like a hangover. So you feel like you've been hit by a truck. You are really, really, really irritated. I did bring Nux Vomica out. I'm losing my mind. Nux Vomica is great. This one, actually, the Nux Vomica, my son 2 years ago and my husband both got that horrid rotavirus. Thank goodness I didn't get it. Touch wood. And my son just was not getting better. He had this is really strange, he had this aversion to having anything on his stomach. So his stomach was very sensitive and bloated, which is a very big indicator for a Nux Vomica, pukey poopy flu. He had a craving for meat. So when he was feeling good in the mornings, he would wake up and he'd, Mommy, I really want bacon or sausage or something. And then, you know, an hour or 2 later, he'd be puking again. That's a really big indicator for nux vomica. And just that general, like, oh, just awful, like headache, you're crabby, you're grumpy. Nux vomica is one of the best pukey poopy flu remedies. Okay. Another one is arsenicum. Arsenicum is really well indicated if the person that has this pukey poop flu is asking for drinks that are warm. So they feel better when they're drinking, soup, stews, warm water. Typically they feel better. A burning sensation in the stomach too. So severe, acrid, putrid diarrhea that is burning. Very well indicated, arsenicum. However, nux vomica usually typically likes cold water. Okay, so those are two really awesome pukey poop flus. So scratch what I said before. There's like a black thing here on my screen. There we go. So two really great pukey poo flu remedies are arsenicum and nux vomica. Okay, have them on hand. Go to your local health food store. I highly recommend going to TNS Health Food in Coburg, the massive health food store that is run by Susan and Alan Lapp, two lovely people. And they have an abundance of remedies, thanks to me, because I order their remedies for them. You can also purchase your flu kits at TNS Health Food or through me, either or. That's it, basically. I just thought one other remedy for both types of flu is Aconitum napellus, aconite. Aconite is really good. This is not in your flu kit. This is just an extra remedy to have on hand. Aconitum is really, really good if your flu has come on really quickly or suddenly, and is typically brought on, from being outside in cold, wet weather. Aconite is really good. And especially if there's like, I feel awful, there's sudden fear, panicky, really, really good for that. Oh, another note. Oh my gosh, I'm all over the place. I apologize. Arsenicum for the pukey poop flu with the burning and the better warm drinks. Arsenicum is a remedy that if you're a person or you have the pukey poop flu and you're up, middle of the night pacing around because you're really not doing good and you're kind of worried, like, what if I never get better? That's a good mental emotional symptom for arsenicum. Then this is your remedy, okay? So remember, arsenicum, fear, better warm drinks, nux vomica, feeling of hungover, craving meats, anger, better cold drinks, aconite, really, really good as a remedy where you spent some time outside or you're doing something outside and it was damp, and then you come in the next day, you're walloped with some type of flu. Take aconite right away. It works really, really well. Okay. So obviously I'm going to talk about what you should do when you get sick. Is you should stay home. You should get extra rest. You should drink more water and more fluids like bone broth or good vegetable broth. If you're too lazy and you don't want to make bone broth or vegetable broth, they have them at TNS Health Food. Real bone broth, real vegetable broth. I'm pretty sure they have mushroom broth as well in the freezer, like right from the source. They're amazing. They taste great, easy. You can just warm them on the stove. Get the rest. Stay home from work and school. A few supplements that are really good to have on hand: vitamin C, obviously, echinacea, golden seal, oil of oregano, grapefruit seed extract, all of those things. Colloidal silver, oh my goodness, especially when there's a sore throat or an ear issue, you can drop a few drops in your ear. Those things are really great, and all those things you can get at the health food store, particularly TNS Health Food. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions or comments or concerns or whatever, or just email me or leave a comment. So our email here at the studio is info@birchhealthstudio.ca. And our website, if you want to go on and learn about us and the other practitioners that are here, is www.birchhealthstudio.ca. So thank you so much, guys. Have an awesome day. I will say though before I go, if you are interested in purchasing a flu kit through me, you can contact me through the contact page on our website, through our messenger, on our Facebook page, or you can also email us, or you can go to the health food store and pick one up there. They should be available mid-October. I'll put out a little notice that they're now available and where they're available, the locations that they're also available. Okay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon.